Opa, dolazi Evropa, sad će da nas biju sile svetske milicije. Why are you going to do solar and wind? Why would Europe agree to be net zero in 2030 when they don't make a battery? They don't make a battery, so if they go 2030, they are deciding to be subservient to China. China is so winning. Oh my God, teach your children Mandarin right now. Or traditional Chinese.
Of thinking. It is completely different than the WEF. I viewed the WEF as not a flagpole in the middle, but in fact, they are the flag. Whichever way the wind blew, so it blew. You should have solar, you should have wind. Why are you going to do solar and wind? Why would Europe agree to be net zero in 2030 when they don't make...
Because our planet is burning.
A battery. They don't make...
We should put our economic interests before the preservation of our planet. I am American. I love McDonald's fry. I love it. I love it. Cholesterol. Favorite drug? My favorite drug, cholesterol. And burning planet down, I like very much.
A battery. So if they go 2030, they are deciding to be subservient to China, who makes the batteries. Why would you do that? Why would the United States of America, which has...
I guess they will not sell us the rope we will hang them with. They will hang themselves. Marx failed to consider, Lenin failed to consider that they don't sell you the rope. They just hang themselves. Hank the platypus, thank you very much for the 8 months. I view the VEF. Why the fuck is he pronouncing it like that? I have no idea. Is this guy Serbian or Bosnian or something? It's VEF. That's how we would say it.
Oil and natural gas. Try to convert to all electricity. China does not have oil and natural gas. Electricity and electric cars make perfect sense to them.
Look at
that. That is practical and logical. Of thinking, it is completely different than the WEF. I viewed the WEF as not a flagpole in the middle, but in fact, they are the...
I need to change my job. Freda, yo, bro, are you still here? We gotta change jobs. We gotta change jobs. Because, I was thinking, like, the main thing that I want to do for the next, like, at least 15 years is agitate against American imperialism and American capitalism. But I don't think I'll have that job for 15 more years. I don't think it's going to live for that long. Like, what do we do if we win? There's no need for a communist propagandist anti-imperialist when we win. Like... You'll just send me to the farms, right? I'll just farm, or like maybe, I don't know, make ethical advertising for you guys for, what is it, for like socialist margarine or something. If we win, we will need even more propaganda. Oh, now you're just making me blush. Oh. You'll just do agitprop for the state. Oh, you would have me? Oh. Oh, yeah, you pitch kumatine. But, like, what is my pitch going to be? No, then I'm going to hold, the Chinese accountable, and I'll be like, yo, Xi, 2050 is approaching. Where that socialism at, bro? Where that renationalization at, bro? Where it at, bro? Bro, renationalize right now, bro. Where the fucking... Bro, where the eternal murdering of every billionaire, bro?
Well, I think it was a classic Trump performance. I would hate to be the fact checker that had to go...
Bye, Freda. The latest episode is shit. The previous 2 were good.
Through that speech. But I think there was one element of the speech that I would interpret as a positive. I think perhaps because of the stock market's reaction yesterday, he appeared to back down from his previous threat to use military force to acquire Greenland. And if I'm interpreting that correctly, I think that's
This is not about the Baltic states because missiles can reach. This is not about the Baltic states because missiles can reach in 5-10 minutes every capital of Europe. This is, by the way, the award.
Baltic states, by the way, about to find out how irrelevant they will become to the Europeans when the Europeans are not only looking eastwards when it comes to their perception of who the enemy is. Baltic states get to sit at the table with the Übermenschen, with the Aryans, only because the Übermenschen view them as kind of like meat shields against the Slavic hordes. That's it. That's it. I love Baltic people that think that, Germans or French people or British actually consider them equal footing Europeans. Sorry, I can't say it without laughing. Motherfucker from Lithuania thinks he's a fucking Aryan, dude. And labor, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. Nothing funnier than Slavs or Baltics thinking that Europeans, the Western Europeans, consider them equal to that. Oh yes, fellow Europeans. I'm gonna fucking die. Hugo, stop making yourself laugh that much. Oh yes, our Slavic brothers. Oh yes, Lithuanians. Oh, I fucking love my Nordic, you fucking Lithuanians. My blood brothers. Oh, sorry, please. Apologies. A little banter there.
Think of Mark Rutte too. We are all affected because this time Putin wants to challenge the democracy, our rule of law, and all these good things you mentioned. And I think we have to be aware. And why I am talking that after the peace deal, Russia will stay aggressive. You can imagine they produce enormous amounts of guns, ammunition, equipment. And do you think they will leave those goods idle when the peace deal is over? I don't think so, because we know the origin of Russia, we know their ideas, Messianism idea, first of all, and I think this is a matter of concern, big concern. And we are able to deal with that matter only together. So this is, for me, the heartbreaking to see the conflict between the United States and Europe, because I'm a strong believer in transatlantic bond.
Yeah.
My country is too.
Yeah, heartbreaking indeed, and also dangerous. And Mr. De Wever, I wanted to ask you about that, because the Prime Minister Plenković said, look, in the end, we all know America's an ally, and this is still our view. But listening to you earlier, you said, talked about the prospect of us becoming unhappy slaves. Do you share that view that we can take it for granted that the US is an ally of Europe?
This Belgium guy is really direct. I've seen some interviews, very direct, very interesting.
Unfortunately not. I would like to confirm that they are an ally, but then they have to behave like an ally. And if you talk about the Russian threat, it's not that great if the West is united, but we are not united, and Putin sees this. The economy of Russia is very weak. Their military threat is not very real unless we are divided. But it's exactly what he sees, that we are divided. When we had the last meeting of the Coalition of the Willing in Paris, the American delegation started their opening statement by saying, we're not here to take a side in the conflict. I found this very shocking, because I grew up in the 1980s, where the West stood for something, for the sovereignty of the people, for democracy, for freedom. The idea that in a conflict between a tyrant and a democracy, the United States will say, well, we're not going to take sides. In a gathering of the Coalition of the Willing, pro-Ukraine, of democratic allied countries saying we're coming here together because one of us is threatened by Russian aggression, we have to support him. They said, we're not here to take sides. We're here to make a deal. Putin sees this. This is his strength, this is our division. And of course, if he follows the news and says now, and NATO...
How about you apply the same logic that you applied to Putin to Donald Trump? How about you just do that for 2 seconds? How about when Donald Trump comes and drops insane tariffs on you and you say, yes, daddy? How about you understand that he'll he's going to come back with more. How about when he comes and says 5% more from your GDP for NATO, and you say yes, that he's going to come for more? How about when he comes and says, I want Greenland right now, motherfucker? If you comply, he will come for more. The Russian Federation is a threat that needs to be combated, because if we give them an inch, they will take our entire arm. That is the argument. Okay, fair argument. How about you apply it to the Americans as well? Because the Americans seem to be taking parts of your economy, forcing you into deindustrialization, forcing entire parts of your economy to be used to buy American weaponry without even using violence. Who's more efficient here? The White House or the Kremlin? I think the White House is much more efficient. American sons don't have to die for the European shoe polishers. I'm living out. Like, I'll genuinely, I'm very open to living out. Okay, let's say, okay, fucking Russian Federation, horrible. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. How about you start applying that same logic to the Americans? Because in the last 12 months, exactly 12 months and 2 days, 12 months and 1 day, exactly 12 months and 1 day, they have tariffed the shit out of your economy. They have, in the last 3 years, they have deindustrialized your wealthiest countries. They have forced tariffs upon you. They have forced you to buy more guns from them. And now they're talking about taking your territory without firing a shot. European patriots. Ay. Anyways, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Reminder to subscribe to the show. Get us closer to Gamba so we can do ethical Gamba here on stream. I would love to do so with you, chat. That's number one. And number two, come on. There's 625 of us, and you're telling me there's only one Western chatter that can pay their taxes. Only one person, only Polky. Out of all of you, only one Western chatter. 630. That is absurd. That is a lie. Exclamation point tax, pay your taxes. It is the beginning of my stream week. It is taxation timation. Okay. Thank you, Dave. Everybody, go give Dave a follow. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream, man.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
Thank you, Sarbo, for the 5 months. This is the best I got. And that is fucking fantastic. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, cat girl Steph. You think...
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Aiden, shut the fuck up. Don't apologize to me, my friend. God bless you. The most hilarious decision crisis in Lithuania. Hogs are infighting if we should cuck for Americans or for the Danes, and it's Kino. I can imagine. I mean, you're part of like a European project with the Danes, so I don't know.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
I don't know if you're cucking for them or not, but I get what you mean. And holy shit, okay, somebody took the call out of Western taxpayers very seriously. Very, very seriously. I see ranting Andy in here. Andy, why you ranting like this? Why you ranting on me, Andy, with that tenor? Thank you, Andy. Everybody rant at Andy about how base they are. And then, of course, we have the OG of the OG fucking psychopaths in chat. Absolute fucking psychopath. Mobius, you fucking maniac. He would like, I'm going to put 5 on top. Okay, I'm going to put 5 on top the taxes. Thank you very much for the 25. Everybody say thank you to Mobius, one of the greatest names in chat. Thank you very much. And then Rant and Andy subscribe for themselves. And then Astro J is like, no, we're going hardcore today with that fucking tenor. Thank you, Astro J. Astro J pays their taxes every single motherfucking week. Very impressive. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. A new child soldier.
You see,
subscriber.
I want hashtag Western taxpayers' lives matter. This is a Danish right-wing nationalist. Translate the site. How do I translate the website? Let me see. Danish, English, accept all. English.
Wonderful. A new
Messerschmitt
child soldier.
visited Trump's power center but failed to meet him. This is apparently a Danish right-winger, a big patriot. Danish People's Party chairman failed to arrange a meeting with Donald Trump during his visit to Mar-a-Lago, where he was supposed to speak at a conservative conference. On the other hand, he met other interesting people on his visit to Trump's center of power. Okay, what am I reading here? Danish People's Party guy was the first speaker at the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast conference in Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday, and the message was that it's not just the U.S. that needs to be great again. We also need to make the West great again, referring to Trump's slogan, Make America Great Again. Okay. Yeah. Motherfucker went to the States to say, sir, if you elect me into government, I will deliver Greenland to you. Right-wingers, the greatest patriots to ever live, right? Put it back, thief. What the fuck? Pakistan, number one. I like Pakistan very much. It is good, beautiful country. It is always better than India. I prefer Pakistan to Indiastan. Oh my God, he went. You are a right-winger. You're a Danish right-winger. Somebody just said that they're going to take your territory, and you go and watch a screen.
Wonderful.
You know, you could have watched that from home. From home, you flew to the States, and they put you in front of a screen. Impressive stuff.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
He said woke is over. So is Denmark, bro.
Country is threatening another NATO country with military.
Again, Astro J, thank you very much. Thank you, Mobius, and thank you, Ranton, Andy, and McGinn. Oh, did I miss saying thank you to McGinn? What the fuck? I'm so sorry, McGinn. What the hell is wrong with me? I am so sorry, McGinn. I'm so sorry. McGinn was the first one to start the whole thing. Literally started the whole thing. And I just ignored McGinn. McGinn, I'm so sorry, dude.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
He said specifically Danes will enjoy Trump's foreign policy. Incredible things are happening.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
But this is genuinely showing just how bare bones the European far right is. These are a bunch of guys, 95% of them that are bought by the Americans and 5% of them that are bought by the Russians. The Chinese don't care. They literally don't. I unironically complained that the Chinese need to do a bit more lobbying in Europe, but apparently they could not give less of a shit about Europe.
Wonderful. A new
What was I saying?
soldier.
Yeah.
Subscriber.
Most right-wing parties are just, just work for the White House's interests. And now it's about the show. Okay? It's no longer going to be, what was it? Europe for Europeans. It's Europe for Burgerlandians, dude. I mean, it always has been. But now it's going to be extra transparent.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Invasion, it will not discourage him to continue his war on Ukraine. It will certainly not discourage the Chinese to choose for an imperialistic agenda. And if the Atlantism would really die, I hope not, but if it dies, globalization will die with it. That's very clear. Yeah. And we cannot stay a herbivore in that world. That's the European lesson we have to learn.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
We have to recognize our market, and we have to seek new alliances.
Do you think?
Yes, duh, exactly.
I don't think we have to annul the alliance we have, but we
The old world order was good for Europe because it
soldier, I mean subscriber.
collaborated with empire. That's the only reason it was good for Europe, is because America was the big dog. When America ceases being the big dog, Europe doesn't have to collapse in on itself. It can just continue its path of cuckoldry and accept another boot to shine. Or alternatively, what I am proposing to European leftists who want to do a very wide tent populist pitch is just actual European sovereignty and independence from the Eastern and the Western Bloc, going the path of Yugoslavia. True, League of Independence. Well, I haven't caught this stream in so long. I've been touching too much grass. Good! Very good. Bravo! 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 Did you get a new camera? You're looking very HD. Oh, yeah, baby. You like what you're saying? You like what you're saying? Sorry, I just can't get over it. It's so good. I can't believe that this song ended up being true. Like this was made so many years ago. Wasn't it made like at least 5 years ago? And now in Davos they're actually talking about the New World Order. Thank you, Hellbell. Halfway of my Western tax. Thank you. Thank you very much. 2020. Yeah, it was 2020. God, man, I'm bad with my lore, dude. I'm bad with my lore.  I don't remember anybody complaining about this AI generated video being AI generated. Chat, we're so close to Gamba. You will take fucking sins. And it's hilarious that whoever made this probably voted for Trump. Who is doing everything that this fictional character is singing about here. Okay, fictional character representing a real person. But you get my point. I find that to be absolutely class. Washington State applied a nicotine tax to Zins, and they doubled in price on January 1st. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's so fucked up. Why are the streets not burning, dude?
Big new ones. Mercosur was very useful. I have to do it.
Do we have to tilt towards China a bit?
We have to continue engaging China. China is always a mystery. They could go both ways.
The Orient, the Oriental Chinese. They look strange with those eyes, but maybe they are onto something. Does anybody even understand what they say? They are truly strange in the way they behave. Oh, Lord.
They could go full imperialistic. But I think China can also be engaged to evolve towards a win-win situation.
They can go full imperialistic. So you're saying that you literally just said that you guys were imperialistic.
But of course, then you also need the United Europe to talk to them.
2 centuries ago, former European colony decided to catch up with Europe. It succeeded so well that the United States of America became a monster in which the taints, the sickness, and the inhumanity of Europe have grown to appalling dimensions. Wow. Beautiful.
To say what is our win, because for the moment it is their win and our lose. In 2007, the numbers don't lie. You also need the United Europe to talk to them, to say what is our win, because for the moment it is their win and our lose. In 2007, the numbers don't lie. The European economy was 10 times bigger than China. Now we're equal. In 2007, we were equal with the United States. Now they're 50% in front of us. The entire difference is the tech sector. We've become totally dependent on technology that we do not own and do not control.
And America's inflated economic size is the AI bubble, pretty much, just FYI.
That is not how the Chinese did it. They did it differently. We were a little bit naive, and it's time to wake up. We need our own technological platforms to build the prosperity of tomorrow. If not, Trump can do with us, he can play with us. He can make us slaves because we actually are slaves then. And we'll have to take for granted whatever he does. And we've been...
Everything, all of these aspects of what he is saying, you need to steal. I'm talking to Europeans in leftist organizations, okay? You need to steal all of this, but then also apply a class analysis to it, right? Like you want to take, like your main foreign policy pitch as a party, as a movement, as an organization in the European Union should be neither East nor West, but not isolationism. We will trade with everyone, but we want to control our own destiny. We want to decide what we want to do. We want to be the third wave. We want to be our own thing. And then you introduce class analysis. Then you start talking about true internationalism and like turning the federal nature of the European Union into a more truly internationalist project, blah, 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 expanding outside of the borders of Europe down the line, and all of this. You can, it's the fact that somebody is mainstream as the PM of fucking Belgium, is already pivoting to this particular perspective. Looks like enlightened, realist sounding, intellectual, etc., perspective means what, chat? That you can also do it in your leftist organizations, because when he does it, it's just, when leftists do it, it's very different. The third way, just fascism. It's just, okay, turn of phrase. Call it something else. Maybe don't call it the third way. Yes, don't call it the third way. Apologies. Jummy Jum Jum. Thank you, Jummy Jum Jum. For basically, for the prime. Thank you, Jummy Jum Jum. I just love saying your name.
Accustomed to very nice presidents like Obama, and we haven't noticed that the shift in America is not bound to one presidency. It's a structural shift.
Dick Penderin, thank you for the 4 months as well.
The face of America has turned to the Pacific.
I love you, Dick.
Their backside is turned to the Atlantic. And that will not change after Trump. It's a structural thing. So it's up to us, I think, not to complain about Trump, because you say you will get all the attention tomorrow. I can assure you, you already had it today. Yeah. In every conversation, it's Trump, 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 Trump. Okay, that's very nice. And we can complain about Trump, the way he does things, the way he tells things, the humiliation, he lays it on very thick. But that cannot exclude us, or that does not exempt you from doing your own homework. And maybe we should focus on that. And then maybe in 5 years, we will say, thank you, Mr. Trump, for waking us up just in time to build a much stronger Europe and a united Europe. It can go either way. Either we unite or either globalization will die and we will be the victim.
It's like, thank you, Vladimir Putin, for... I love that. There you go. Again, we come back to... I know now I'm hyper-focusing on his... Sorry, I'm just hyper-focusing on his phrasing, but phrasing says, the phrasing that you use tells half the story most of the time. So when Americans push us around and bully us, we should listen and we should readjust and we should even be thankful to them for bullying us because it's waking us up to our own realities. But when it comes to, the Russians doing the same, then it is evil imperialism.
To move it.
Yeah. You wanted to say that? I want to come to Prime Minister Plenković in a second, but quick one.
Maybe two remarks on my side. I fully agree with the Prime Minister. One of the striking facts for me, and I went to university in the US. This is a country I deeply feel for. I'm struck by the weakness of U.S. institutions at the moment. Mm-hmm. It is striking. We thought that this was, the strongest democracy with strong checks and balances. Right now when I'm talking to...
Do you think she actually believes what she's saying? Do you actually think this lady fucking believes what there's no way people like that do not exist. I genuinely don't think they exist. I can't imagine them existing. It's been such a long time. I met plenty of them studying political science at uni, right? But it's been such a long time since I've seen them.
America.
Anyways, speaking of surreal things, you know what would be surreal? I'm going to lower the number because we're dropping like crazy. You know what would be surreal? Us gambling right now. Instead of talking about European politics, that would be surreal. You can do that by subscribing, paying your taxes, making the number go up, making my mom proud of me, making me buy 100 cameras that are 4K, Ultra, 8K, HD, and helping stop us from going under 3,000 because I feel like we're about to. Look at the. This is going to be pretty insane, by the way, because last month on this day we had a really, really good stream, and this is going to. I think at around this time we started gambling with the subscriptions, and it just went like a motherfucker. So look at this; it's going to be crazy, and you can try and fight it by paying your taxes or by oiling your boy up.
American CEOs, many of them accept to say things in private that they don't dare saying in public because they are concerned about potential retortions on their companies. And I'm like, oh my God, is this things in private that they talk with strong checks and balances? Right now when I'm talking to American CEOs, many of them accept to say things in private that they don't dare saying in public because they are concerned about potential retortions on their companies. And I'm like,
really? Wow.
Wonderful.
CEOs of corporations collaborating with whomever they want to collaborate with as a way to ensure their own interests and the interests of their corporate property, and through it, all the investors and private owners of said company. Why do I not get like a private jet to Davos where I can talk about shit like this? Who the fuck invited this lady, bro? She's like, guys, like I gotta tell you, it's really concerning. It's really concerning. Like American CEOs aren't speaking truth to power anymore. Why are American CEOs not speaking truth to power anymore, Chad? Why are... I remember back in my day, CEOs would speak truth to power. Thank you very much, Left on Main, as always, for paying your taxes. And thank you, Gay Lennon, you beautiful motherfucker. Thank you both for your developing world taxes, reminding all the first world chatters that it is developing world chatters that actually matter when it comes to dinero on the table. Central Committee is watching one of your videos on his stream. I fucking love Central Committee. You have no idea what's coming with Central Committee. You have no idea what is coming. But what video is the motherfucker watching? The one where we listen to Diego. That's lovely. That's very nice. I love Diego. Look at how stupid my fucking setup is here. What the fuck is this mask? Look how bad this mask looks like. I feel so embarrassed, even though I handle these highlights. I mean, by handle them, I mean I manage them. I don't actually edit them. I spend money from subscriptions on it.
Oh my God, is this the US we're talking about? So that's one sort of fact that we have to digest as well in the way we perceive the US.
May or not be watching both at the same time. Now, that is praxis. That is praxis. The only way you could do more praxis is by subscribing to both of the channels.
Right now. And the other one is, and that may seem as a long time ago, but...
I start mirroring the video like that. Please don't. It looks like absolute dog shit. And you're 100% incorrect if you think that that looks better. How the fuck do you think that that looks better?
I think we all
Did you see the previous frame?
read. So that's one sort of fact that we have to digest as well in the way we perceive the US right now. And the other one is, and that may seem as a long time ago, but...
We got Plenković, brate, jebote Plenković, ovo što nisam video. Lik je skroz smoren ovdje iza. Lik je u fazonu, jebote, ja pamtim Jugoslaviju kad su nam oni obećavali da će da teče zlato sa patriotskih hrvatskih drva ili imaćemo Jadran će postati zeleni i sve će to biti dolari. Samo vi ostanite s nama. I sad gleda they're experiencing what he experienced such a long time ago.
I think we all read, the paper, the US, the nationals.
What happened to the First Thought YouTube channel? Might be way late on this, but I can't find it. We're potentially restructuring it. It was a insane money hole, the way it was run before. And when a project is not financially feasible, it dies. Welcome to capitalism. We try to fund it through YouTube ads. We try to fund it through sponsorships. We try to fund it through ways that this beautiful Twitch channel is funded by, the subscribers. It didn't work. And now we'll probably reformat it into something, a completely different type of channel. Utilize the, 130 or something thousand subs. And take it from there. I don't know if it will work or if it will not work. But yeah, that model proved to be very inefficient. Anbut, thank you for the subi. Welcome to the community, my friend.
Strategy
Sure.
That was shared. And the terms...
That's the problem with leftist media in general, especially when you're trying to build something bigger, which me and the boys and also me independently am constantly trying to do. I can't just find an investor the way right-wing media can. Like, I could, if I was doing the same thing but right-wing, and I tell somebody I can make you a 500,000 subscriber channel covering the news, just give me 3 years and give me, I don't know, $800,000, I could do it in a year. I do it in, I could make you give me $1 million, I will make you a 500,000 subscriber channel in 8 months. I'll hire a whole team. That shit will start race riots every Tuesday and Wednesday. But when you're actually doing principled politics, leftist politics, you got to do shill sections every 2 fucking hours and beg your audience to give you money, making you look like a fucking internet homeless person. But it is what it is. I will very gladly swallow my pride in order to be able to afford to do what I do. And also live a very comfortable life doing it. Don't get me fucking wrong. I'm living a very fucking comfortable life. Look at this fucking vest. Look at this shirt. Look at the room behind me. I'm living a very comfortable life. Don't get me wrong. But I'm also not a fucking schmuck that will, just completely annihilate his own personal economic stability and that of his family in order to launch 12 channels. No, I will launch another channel and another channel and another project and another project when it is financially sustainable for me to also, in parallel, live a pretty decent life. I don't think there's anything hypocritical about that. I don't think there's anything like whatever. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, right? I like living in my own apartment. I like driving a nice car. I like buying some okay clothes from time to time. I like drinking good vodka instead of shit vodka. I absolutely do. And I will try to be able to afford that for the rest of my life, because poverty is not socialism. But everything above that, I can promise you that I will reinvest in doing socialist propaganda for as long as I draw breath. And those two things can exist at the same time. Okay, let's continue.
Which Europe
No worries, Cuphead.
were described. I mean, was described. It's not, you know, it's not a description of an ally or a friend, huh? And so it is.
Yeah.
It is the queen of cliches, bro. Oh, Lord.